I think the best thing for people in Hollywood that are entrenched in that world is to shut the fuck up. Because as soon as they start talking, people like, as soon as Robert De Niro starts talking, I'm like, Jesus, get that fucking microphone away from him so I can enjoy Taxi Driver.
Robert De Niro has gone so hard partisan over the past 8 years. He is like example number one of Trump derangement syndrome. He's one of those, I'm moving to Canada if he wins, and he's never going to leave the White House if he wins. We're going to have Trump forevermore. I mean, hello, I hate to break it to you because I realize you're advanced age too, Robert, but people die. So he will leave. One way or the other, he's going to go.
Robert De Niro walked in expecting a soft, respectful political chat. He had no idea what he was stepping into. Joe, Rogan, and Megyn Kelly were locked in, waiting. One moment. De Niro was ranting like he was accepting an award no one asked him to give. The next, he was shut down live on air, fast, precise, and ruthless. Rogan dropped a single line, so sharp it sent Kelly into laughter, gripping her chair like she was watching a Hollywood pileup in real time. De Niro stood frozen, wearing the unmistakable look of a man who just realized there's no Uber Eats for comebacks.
Yeah, it's heartbreaking.
Yeah, it's heartbreaking.
Yeah, I don't want to hear. I love De Niro. I love those mob movies. It's like,
I don't want to hear him that he's a moron. I don't want to hear him talking about politics and about Trump supporters, and just shut the fuck up.
If Robert De Niro got $1 for every political meltdown he's had, ranting like a method actor trapped in an endless monologue, he'd be rich enough to buy a private island where no one ever mentions Trump. But instead of choosing silence and sea breezes, he chose volume. He's erupted on award show stages, hands flailing, shadowboxing enemies only he can see, like he mistook the teleprompter for a heavyweight challenger.
Yeah.
Like, you didn't think this through. Like, this is, and he's getting yelled at. He's doing an outside press conference. Like, Robert, you're 80 years old. Don't ruin this thing. You've had this life where you were a fucking raging bull. You know, you were in The Godfather. Like, stop doing this. Man. Don't do this.
I'm terrified to meet some of those people I looked up to now.
You should be.
I mean, like,
I've met a few of them, and it's actors in particular, because their whole business is pretend. Their whole business is pretend.
If you're enjoying this takedown, hit like and subscribe. And just when it felt like the world couldn't survive another red-faced rant from a man famous for playing pretend mobsters, two media heavyweights stepped in, uninvited and completely unsympathetic. First came the podcast king himself, Joe Rogan, wandering into the chaos like he'd stumbled onto a bad political stage play, then ripping the script apart in real time. No warm-up, no warnings, just a cold dose of reality delivered with precision and a smirk that said it all. This wasn't art. It was delusion.
The people shouting him down like, your movies suck. That's not true.
No, his movies are very good.
Suck. He's one of the greatest actors. I mean, he's the heir apparent to Brando, blah, blah, blah. But he's a loon.
Yeah.
I mean, you have to just say what he is. He has, basically, I describe this to people. You know what's happening now? Because people are aware about concussions and the problems with CTE. When you get hit and you get a dinger in football, they put you in the blue tent, in the sideline.
Yeah.
That's what needs to happen to Democrats. They need to go in the blue tent for a little bit, kind of, get your eyes checked and then come out and be rational again.
Yeah, cool off.
And De Niro needs to go in the blue tent. I mean, because it's not calming things down. We need to be rational.
While De Niro was busy spiraling into a one-man, Shakespearean meltdown in front of gold statues and bored celebrities, Joe Rogan was miles away in his podcast bunker, calm and amused, lobbing verbal grenades with perfect aim. He didn't even need to say a name. He didn't have to. The description fit so perfectly it felt tailor-made, stitched together from rage, pride, and an obsessive love of drama. It was so obvious it hurt. Oh, Robert De Niro.
Oh, Robert De Niro.
Yeah.
Now, Kurt's convinced that Robert De Niro's on some kind of Epstein list or some kind of thing like that, and then he's afraid that if Trump does get power, he's going to expose him, and he is actually going to come at him.
Of course Kurt thinks that.
That's what Kurt thinks that.
Kurt thinks that about every fucking thing that happens in the world.
I think Robert De Niro's just got Trump derangement syndrome.
I think he's old, too. There's a thing about old men.
And
they want to yell at everybody.
And he's completely... Did you see when he went and gave that speech outside of the trial? That was bizarre.
Told him that was a good idea.
Rogan never had to say De Niro's name. He just sketched the outline of a certain kind of actor. The type who confuses playing a tough guy on screen with having real-world political wisdom. In Rogan's view, There's a special class of celebrity that believes memorizing lines about honor and justice in mob movies somehow qualifies them to lecture the public on policy. Spend 30 years pretending to be someone named Vito, and suddenly you think you can explain democracy to the nation. That's like a barista thinking they're fit to advise NASA on rocket science, just because they know how to swirl foam with flair. With his usual relaxed, amused attachment, Rogan delivered a quiet masterclass in dismantling ego. No shouting, no ranting, just calm precision that lands harder than a clean knockout. De Niro, though never named, might as well have been center stage, a living example of how gravitas can quietly slide into grievance without the fall ever being noticed.
Robert De Niro, who's got a severe case of the TDS, is in conference right now, as all of the muckety mucks are. And he's very unhappy about what Trump is doing to try to keep filmmaking, American filmmaking, in America by slapping tariffs on foreign-made films so that he can basically try to force people to make them domestically again for the American audience that they're meant to serve. And here's what De Niro said on Tuesday.
America's Philistine president has had himself appointed head of one of our premier cultural institutions.